oil production has been weaker than previously believed.
Prices rose almost 9% on the New York market, reaching $49.20 a barrel. That's a big increase since last week when oil briefly dipped below $40. Prices are up 27% in 3 days, the biggest increase since the 1990 invasion of Kuwait by Iraq. This latest increase occurred after the U.S. Energy Administration released a report saying oil production has been lower than estimated this year. With prices at 6-year lows, oil producers have been cutting back. Meanwhile, OPEC has dropped hints that it may stop resisting production cuts, and Russia said it may take unspecified steps to stabilize prices. Jim Zaroli, NPR News, New York.
Hurricane Fred has formed in the waters of the eastern Atlantic, even as Tropical Storm Erica brought flooding to some parts of the south today. Erica dissipated over Cuba over the weekend after killing at least 20 people. In the outlying suburbs of Charleston, South Carolina, some residents were reporting heavy flooding today. As of 9:30 this morning, more than 6 inches of rain had fallen there. U.S. financial markets starting the week on a down note. The Dow dropped 114 points today. You're listening to NPR.
Support for NPR comes from NPR stations. Other contributors include Ozzy, a digital magazine dedicated to the new and the next, like the high school senior who shattered Usain Bolt's high school 400-meter record. This and other stories at ozzy.com/NPR. That's OZY.com.
Good evening, I'm Jonathan Wilson. You're listening to WAMU 88.5. All Things Considered continues in a moment. It is 7:04, 84 degrees in northwest Washington. In WAMU News, in Virginia, embattled former Governor Bob McDonnell will get to stay out of prison for now. His future is far from certain. Virginia reporter Michael Pope has the latest.
The former governor does not have to trade his business suit for prison stripes, at least not yet. That's because the United States Supreme Court is granting his request to stay out of prison for now, long enough for justices to decide whether they want to hear his appeal.
You never know what the justices are really thinking, and you have to completely speculate.
That's Carl Tobias, a law professor at the University of Richmond.
It just says granted. It doesn't tell you how many justices favored it, though I think a majority did, or why they did so.
Last year, McDonnell was convicted of selling his power and influence to a businessman in exchange for luxury gifts and low-interest loans. The jury sentenced him to 2 years in federal prison, but lawyers for the governor say the judge botched the case. They say he defined official act too broadly, allowing jurors to interpret it as simply scheduling a meeting. That applied even if the businessman did not get what he wanted from the meeting. 4 justices will need to agree to hear the appeal, which could become a landmark case outlining what actions constitute official acts. 5 justices would be needed to overturn the convictions and potentially keep McDonnell out of prison for good. I'm Michael Pope.
After last week's rejection of the Pepco-Exelon merger from D.C.'s Public Service Commission, the local utility and the energy giant say they're still determined to complete their $6 billion marriage. Partly cloudy in the forecast this evening, isolated showers and thunderstorms, lows in the lower 70s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, highs in the mid-90s, but there is a code orange air quality alert for tomorrow, so be careful if you're spending a lot of time outside. On Wednesday, partly sunny, highs in the lower 90s, and Thursday, mostly sunny, highs in the mid-90s. This is WAMU 88.5. I'm Jonathan Wilson.
From NPR News, this is All Things Considered. I'm Robert Siegel. Political punditry